Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chrissy and this is Barefoot in the Garden. Tonight we're talking everything 2021. With all the new growers that came about in 2020, I'm really happy to be able to share my growing experience with you guys and to give some of the new beginners that are here watching a little bit of a push in the right direction so that you have a successful growing season. This year is going to be a lot of fun because there's so many new growers out there and everybody's just really excited about growing their own food, growing different varieties, eating healthier, and just putting food on your family's table. Like, what's better than that? There are a few things that you want to keep in mind when entering the new growing season. And I just want to help kind of like shift or guide you guys in the right direction so that when it's time to harvest, you have a plentiful harvest and you could just look back and say, wow, you know, that information Chrissy gave me really helped me out this year. First things first, you gotta have your seeds. Whoever you choose to order from, wherever you choose to get your seeds, just get them. Just get them. I ordered a ton from M.I. Gardener because his seeds are $2 a pack. They used to be $1, which is absolutely insane. They're heirloom seeds. This is the website, migardener.com, heirloom seeds. Really, really good quality. His prices did go up. Like most things within the last year, the prices have just gone up. So seeds are not an exception. You can order from Baker Creek. They also have really great heirloom seeds, and their seeds are a little more expensive, more variety options, still really good quality, and that's an option if you guys want to go with them. Just to mention another one, Botanical Interest, they're good too. I mean, you can get some of their seeds for as cheap as $1.79. This is a flower pack. Let me see if I can find a food from Baker oh, here we go. Botanical Interest. Dill for $1.89. Can you guys see that? And then we have pumpkin for $1.89. So theirs is actually cheaper than M.I. Gardener right now, but it's harder to get your hands on these. I got these at a local nursery. Some of you might not have a way to get to a nursery right now, so they do have these online, Botanical Interest, but you will have to pay for shipping. When you order a certain amount from M.I. Gardener, shipping is free. So like I ordered $82 worth of seeds and the shipping was free. I'm pretty sure it's like over maybe $50 or something like that, that the shipping is free, but get your seeds. I also noticed that in Walmart, they have their burpee seed little, how do you say, display out. So if you're gonna buy seeds for this year, if you're interested in growing in year 2021, I suggest you buy them now, like in the month of January, because with all of the interest in gardening this year, I mean, I predict seeds to go really, really fast. Even buying offline, a lot of the varieties that I wanted to buy were sold out back in the beginning of December. So I missed out on a few varieties because I waited too long. So I don't want that to happen to you guys. So buy your seeds in January if you can. If you can't, email me and I'll send you some. If you're really, really passionate about it, reach out to me and I'll share. I have plenty to share. Just get your seeds, please, guys. I want you to grow your own food. Another thing that helped me with my seed options this year was getting catalogs. I really wasn't a catalog person, but I subscribed to Johnny Seeds, Baker Creek Seeds, Murray and McMurray Hatchery for my chickens. I did get a Botanical Interest catalog, and these really helped me out because I was able to visually see the different varieties. It's not really easy for me to get online and like scroll and just see all these pictures and words. After a while, everything kind of just runs together. So having these catalogs really helped me out on picking the certain varieties that I wanted and just being able to compare, you know, the different varieties and just read the really good descriptions that come in these catalogs. So if you can get online, you can sign up for these catalogs to be sent to you for free. I recommend you doing that. It will really help you out. The next thing after seeds, you're gonna have to think about where you're gonna germinate your seeds. What are you gonna start your seeds in? One really quick way to do it is to save your toilet paper rolls or your paper towel rolls, and you can just clip these down, kind of fold them in, and they become your own biodegradable starter pot. I've also seen people use newspaper. They use the roll to kind of like wrap the newspaper around, and they make little newspaper pots, which are also biodegradable. So if you're trying to go the more frugal route, this is a good option. Me personally, I would love to splurge on a Haas Tools 162 cell tray, but $50 for one item makes sense in the long run because it helps you out, you know, the roots form all pretty inside. But I mean, at this point in time, like, we all just want to grow. So they're sold out of their 162 cell trays. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make my own. I'm going to recycle my toilet paper rolls, and we're still going to get our plants. Like, they're still going to grow. So it's okay if you can't get your hands on starter trays. Just be more frugal, be more inventive, and you can grow. I promise you. I promise you can still grow without your Haas Tools trays. I mean, some people just can't afford, you know, the $50 for one tray. Some people have to make $50 stretch. So don't be discouraged if you can't get a tray. I don't have one. I'm going to be using these. I'm going to be making clay balls. Just figure out a way to start your seeds. Whatever you have to do, just do it. My third tip for you guys would be to have something that you can store your seeds in. So I have more than one way that I store my seeds. My main storage system would be this guy here. I got this from Walmart last summer in 2020. This is a photo holder, like it's supposed to hold 4x6 photos. But the really cool thing is that a photo is about the size of a seed packet. So you can easily just use this for your seed packet. So it just comes with these little containers inside like this, and mine are different colors, but I think they have a clear one too. And you just pop your seeds in there, close it, and you can store this in a cool, dark place, and you'll be just fine. This ran me $15. I think it was like $14.99 at Walmart. Look on their website. Maybe Amazon has one too, but it's like a photo storage container. So first we buy the seeds, then we figure out a way for us to start the seeds, whether it's in your biodegradable toilet paper rolls, or with your clay balls, or with your newspaper little biodegradable pots, or if you can afford to buy a seed tray offline, whatever it is. And then we had where to store your seeds, which is really, really important because you don't just want to have seeds everywhere. A quick second option on what I do for storage of my seeds. I have this little tray. I don't really know what you would call it, but I got it at Tractor Supply, and I think it was in like the fresh produce section, like advertised, like if you want to go like pick your berries and put it in there and carry them to the house. So it has these 4 little slots, and I can easily like categorize, like I have flowers in here, gourds in here, the wildflower mix, like I can categorize in the 4. So if you have something like this, it's a really good option to like keep on your kitchen table, so you can keep your eye on what you're planning to plant that month. I like using both of these because I can use this to store the seeds that I'm not using at the time, and then I can use this to hold the seeds that I plan on planting for the month. I'm not really like a super scheduled planner where I have like spreadsheets, like a lot of these super fancy professional gardeners on YouTube like to put shame on us unorganized folk. But I did get me a planner, and this is just a simple monthly planner that has space inside for notes, and I'm trying my best, but as you can see, it's not filled the way that it should be, but I'm getting there. I do recommend you guys get there with me, because how else are we gonna keep track of like when you started your seed and when it needs to go in the ground and when you need to harvest? Like, harvest times are really, really important to know. Like, yeah, you know you planted the seed, but like, when is the harvest time? Is it 90 days? Is it 87 days? Like, is it 60 days? You don't want to go past the harvest time, because then your crops won't taste the best, you know? So getting a planner, I got this from like my local King Dollar. It was only $1 or $1.25, I think they are now, but just get something to where you can write your crops down, when you started them, when you need to harvest them, and what your plan is for the next month. I promise you'll thank me. You'll thank me for that one. So along with like preparing your seeds and all that's the fun stuff, right? But we also have to put in some labor. There's a lot of labor when it comes to gardening. I spent the entire day and the entire day yesterday harvesting logs for my gourd house that I'm building, that I can like sit under and admire all these beautiful gourds growing over my head. And that took a lot of work. Plan on investing. If you didn't already invest December, which you should have, plan on investing January and February and probably some of March, depending on your growing zone. Your last frost date might be the end of March or at the beginning of April. So we still have a solid 2 months, maybe more, to put work into the garden. What I mean by that is preparing your garden beds. If you didn't prepare them over fall, you need to be doing that now. Like now. I'm doing it now. Like, I just finished 2 of the in-ground beds that I'm doing. I just added more soil and more compost and mulch. Like, you want to have that stuff done by your last frost date, because right after that your seedlings can go into the ground. And if you're anything like me, staying on schedule is kind of hard, but we're working on that. That's why we have this. Okay. Last year, I didn't get my seedlings in the ground until like May. So I lost a lot of time. My last frost date for zone 8B, 9A is March, like the end of March. So I lost a couple of months to poor planning. And it hurt me. It really did, because like towards the end of the year, I realized how much missed opportunity that I had. Rather, if I had planned better and just took baby steps, I would have been able to have a more successful spring garden. But there's always time for improvement, and just learn from my mistakes. I post them all over YouTube. Just learn from my mistakes. Start your seedlings as soon as you can. Something I didn't know when I started gardening was that we need our pollinators more than we can even imagine. I didn't know that flowers were such an important part of the garden. I know it sounds crazy, but I just never knew. Like, nobody ever told me that. So when you're picking up your seeds, throw in some flower seeds. Throw in some varieties that catch your eye, like this candy cane zinnia mix. I mean, you know, it's a acquired taste, but there's beauty in everything. Like, appreciate it, and your pollinators will pollinate your little fruit flowers and give you a lot of fruit. Buy your flower seeds, guys. We need flowers. I mean, some of them are even edible. Like, you can eat a zinnia. The middle may be a little bitter, but it is an edible flower. So it's not like you're wasting space either, because at the end of the day, you can eat them. I also want to touch on the fact that my first year growing, I didn't have a greenhouse. I didn't have a place to start my seeds. I was starting them on a table in my backyard in the heat of the day, in the sun, okay, in the Texas heat. And I was wondering, like, why aren't my seedlings doing good? They were getting fried to death, and I just didn't put two and two together, and I lost a lot of my seedlings. So along with seed starting, it's very important for you guys to have somewhere to protect your seedlings. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 greenhouse or a high tunnel. You can simply make your own, like I did. I'll insert a clip here. Or you can buy like a $5 Sterilite, you know, like one of those totes that you can like put junk in and put a lid on it and shove it in your closet. They sell the clear ones. They're like $5 at Walmart. You can use those as a mini greenhouse. You just start your seeds in your little starter pots and you put the tote on top and you have a little greenhouse. Something that's clear where the UV lights and the UV rays can get through it to give your plants some sunshine. As long as they get sunshine and they're protected from the elements and the harsh sun, you're good to go. Just get something where you can protect your seedlings from danger. Anything clear. I think I even used a shower curtain over some PVC hoops and made like a little greenhouse thing. I'll insert that clip too here. I'm telling you, like, there's no reason for us not to just do it. Like, who cares if it doesn't look so pretty? Who cares if it's not like aesthetically pleasing? Like, we're trying to grow food. We're not trying to win like the freaking beauty food contest or something. Like, my channel, I don't do that pretty stuff. I'm just like trying to encourage you guys. $0. Like, I didn't have any money last year to start a garden, but I did. And I used scrap wood. I used my mom. Like, my mom always tells me, like, dang, Chrissy, you don't waste anything. I'm like, no, I don't. Why should I? I can make something out of it. Just don't let anything stop you. Like, just keep pushing. I know what you want. Me and you want the same thing. Just keep pushing, keep pushing. So the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is soil. Soil is kind of tricky. Either you have good soil or you don't. I have clay soil. No oxygen can penetrate my clay soil. So I have to either amend it, which I don't really, because I'm going for the no dig garden style. But you have to have a way to either outsource your soil or make it yourself. The cheapest way usually is to buy in like a truckload. If you can't afford to do that, don't be afraid to play around with some of the bagged soils in your big box stores. My only suggestion with that would be to do a little bit of due diligence and research, because you don't just want to buy whatever. Like, you want to know what the ingredients are. You want to know what other people's reviews are on the product. So when sourcing your soil to fill either your raised beds or to amend your ground beds, just do a little bit of research. So along with soil, you want to also have a way to get compost. Either you're going to make your own kitchen scrap compost, you're going to make a hot compost out of some kind of livestock manure, maybe you have chickens, maybe you have goats, whatever it is, get your hands on some compost. Your plants will thank you. You'll see a big difference, like compost versus no compost. You'll definitely see a difference in your crops. So this is my second year in the garden, and I'm really thrilled. I'm really proud of myself for persevering through last year and all the craziness that came along with it. And I'm just really ready to just start my seeds, get them in the ground, and start just seeing the fruits of my labor. From one amateur to the next, I really hope you guys are enjoying watching me on my growing journey. We're extending a lot this year. We're adding so much to the garden that I just can't wait to keep pushing out these videos to take you guys along on the journey. I just hit my $500 mark on subscribers, so thank you guys so much for following me along and just supporting me and leaving so many great positive comments. You really don't understand like how good it feels to just know that there are people out there that genuinely enjoy my personality and just enjoy seeing me struggle and succeed and struggle and succeed. Like, I just love it. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to hit 500 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but it is a lot to me, and just thank you. I hope these tips helped you out, kind of guide you in the right direction. If you have any questions for me, don't be afraid to drop them down in the comment section. I read my comments and I respond. So I like reading some of your questions and the positive feedback that you guys give me. Some of you guys even give me like really good positive criticism. I like it all. Like, don't stop. Just keep giving it to me. I enjoy reading it. It keeps me busy. It keeps me intrigued in just the social aspects of YouTube. And until the next one, guys, y'all be blessed, be safe, and keep growing your own food.